Ready?
Yes.
Let me see if I can pull it up. Just kidding.
I know, right? I'm like, oh, they're in the right
Oh, we
position.
should talk about tits too.
Totally.
Hi guys, it's tea time with Queenie again.
Hey.
And here's my other girlfriend, Cassius. Welcome to the house. I did that because she's a twerker and a belly dancer, right? So I met Cassius 2 years ago.
I think so.
Yeah, oh yeah, just before COVID.
Yes.
Yeah, 2 years ago, and I met her first at one of our good friends who loves cooking. One thing you need to know is we love food too. Do you remember what we had at that time?
No. Wait, Hennessy, peppercorn chicken, and that's all I remember.
You got good memory. It was a brisket and a lamb and a vinegar potato salad that she made. So she's an amazing cook, like Robin.
Mm-hmm.
But that's when I first met her. I also see in her videos where she just like, she can move that body. Like, it's amazing how her body moves, because I can't. Especially the abdominal,
We'll work on that.
She's gonna teach me though. She's gonna teach me. So, tell us about yourself.
Well, I am a full-time stripper. I love making money.
Yes. She's a hustler.
I love modeling, taking photos, videos, just being like on camera. At first, I was really shy actually when I first became a stripper because it was in my hometown, and I was like,
Where's hometown?
Windsor, Ontario.
Oh yeah,
And
okay.
I was like, everyone's gonna judge me, and what will everyone think? And then I'm like, you know what? They're not paying my bills, and I'm making all this money, so fuck everybody. Sorry, I didn't know.
No, that's okay. That's okay. That's all good. Exactly. Like, I honestly, like, good for you for able to do that and didn't care about other people, what they think about it, or, you know, because it's a lot, like, especially for girls who dance, like, dances. I'm gonna say this again, but we get name and shame. That would be like, you know, because we're dancing. But to me, that's like a talent. Because I can't do it, but they can.
It's a life survival skill.
Yes, it is.
So, like swimming, you have to know. Just joking.
No, like literally, it is. Like there's a specific like muscle. I love fitness and I love working out, but when you guys teach me how to freaking dance in the pool, I'm like, I can't even lift myself.
It takes some practice. Honestly, I started teaching belly dance when I was 15 years old in the women's gym. So at that time, I was I was not as good, obviously. It takes years and years to know how to do anything.
How long have you been doing it?
Belly dancing? Or
like dancing? Just like dancing itself.
I did my first little performance when I was like, I don't know, 11 or 12 with my older sister. And then I started taking belly dancing from there. And then I became really good at it, but I was not good at first. And I was really, really shy. I couldn't even do speeches in front of my classroom without stuttering. Like, I was really, really shy. So getting in front of people.
I still have that. Like, every time I'm on stage or I have to talk to a lot of people, honestly, I lose of how to, I don't know how to explain things. I get so stutter and so scared.
It's normal, and it just takes practice. You just gotta throw yourself into it and get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Oh my god.
So like being a leader in front of a fitness class, there's so much pressure because I'm supposed to be like leading people and doing a good job and all these things and remembering what to do next and all those things. So that gave me like my confidence, and then of course people recognize my talent, telling me, oh, you're so good, and that helps a little bit. But if you don't feel that within yourself, you're still like kind of shy about it, or you're afraid to come out. So like going into more performing with belly dance and like getting older, and then I don't know, 10, 15 years later starting to be a stripper, I was not shy by then, but it took me 10, 15 years
to
be able to, and now like I've been dancing for naked dancing for like 7 years, and I feel like no shame at all in showing my naked body in front of anybody. I could be in a room full of 500 people, and I want them to see me, and I want to be like the center of attention. It's kind of weird where I go from like
it's like
super
a
shy.
360
Yeah.
from
It
being
takes
shy
practice.
to being on stage.
Mm-hmm.
It is 100%, like it's crazy how much change, but that comes to because you love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're not necessarily just dancing them, but you actually love dancing.
She's my goddaughter. No.
Yes. Okay, so where were we? 60 a change from being shy to like doing what you're doing. It's just like, but like you said, you love yourself and you love doing what you're doing now, and it's amazing. Like the talent itself is so crazy.
Thank you.
But what comments do you get when you're like dancing on stage?
When I'm at work, oh my gosh, or even on video, they're like, wow, your butt's so nice. Wow, I love your hair. Wow, the way you move. Oh, so hypnotizing. Like those are some of the common ones anyway.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And do you get like any creepy guys or?
Definitely. Like, oh, can I wife you up? And they don't even know my name. I'm like, oh my gosh, you don't even know me. But they just like the way I move, and it's all good.
So, is there specific like dances that you have to do on stage, or do you have a? Because I know like you have a theme, right? Like, so I've seen you dance, and you do a lot of belly dancing, and it's amazing to see like how she can move her body with like it's like almost like a snake, like crazy. We'll show you guys sometime when we got all her outfits, because we need to see the whole full galore of it, right? So do you have like, does the guys that goes to the stripper like follows you on Instagram?
Oh, totally. Yeah, actually, I make it a point to, when I meet people, especially people who are super fans and they're like fascinated with me, I'm like, hey, do you have Instagram? Like, let's stay in contact, because then you'll know where I'm working and you can come bring more friends. And if you're looking to impress someone, this is where I work or whatever. So they're always in communication with me. So that's the thing about dancing is like, obviously you attract people with your moves and your style. They like you for you, and then you get to actually connect with people after your show, sign their posters, go for like private dances or whatever. Also, what was I gonna say? Oh right, it's the relationships you make with people. That's the number one reason why I switched from being a part-time dancer to a full-time dancer, because I'm making so many beautiful relationships. Even if they're just fans, they're not like super close friends of mine. I feel like so loved, and like I almost crave that attention and love and being put in the spotlight. Like during COVID, when I couldn't do what I do, I really had even more of an appreciation for it after.
Because you were stuck in like the house.
Because no one was looking at me dancing naked.
It's like, I want you to see me naked dancing. Like, come on.
I know, there's so much work put into me, and like, you know, my workouts, and you know, like everything. I put everything into my dancing career, and then so I'm like, of course, I want people to see it.
That. Yeah.
Benefit off of it. So.
But you just did like an Olympics. What is it called?
Oh, Stripper Olympics?
Stripper Olympics.
Yeah, Miss Nude Alberta, or Miss Nude Northern Alberta was in Grand Prairie, but that was a couple of years ago. I won first place, and then...
that was amazing. Actually, guys, I was there, and I loved it.
Oh, for the Stripper Olympics 2021, yeah.
That last year, yeah. So she got all the chocolate, the light, the oil, the whole entire... And honestly, I applaud, like, the whole effort of that, because it's like... Because you do like three musics, right?
Yeah, so like from our music to our theme, costume, like how we decorate the stage.
It takes time. Like I know you and Harley like planned it for so long.
Even like I never have routines when I just get up there and dance. I have like themes and music picked out, costumes picked out, but I never have routines. But for that, I had like a specific kind of routine. Like I had different.
But you know exactly what you have to do.
Yeah, like as soon as that beat hit.
It's like putting on the spot. Like what is it called? There's a word for it.
Improv?
Yeah, improv. Yeah, so you have everything planned out, but you know, you don't have plan of what dances you do, but you have like, it's amazing how much effort they put into it. Like, it's crazy how much, Danny, come on. You're good. Okay. They won't see you. They can't see you. That's funny. Okay. There's always, every time I do this, there's always something happening. That's why I need an office.
okay.
But that's what I'm gonna do in the office. I'm gonna put like 2 chairs and then just be in there.
Yeah, that's perfect.
But that's amazing, like crazy. What else have you done? Like,
Okay, so I went to the States and I competed there in 2018 or 2019.
yeah.
I forget. I think it was 2019. Yeah. In April, I did the Exotic Dancer Invitationals
Yeah.
in Dallas and Fort Worth, Texas. So beautiful there. The heat, oh, I just love it. They love me there.
Of course.
I won first place.
Who wouldn't love you?
There's actually quite a bit of people who are like, you're not my type, but you're beautiful, but you're just not my type.
Who?
I'm like, okay, no problem. Well,
Who
people
would
like
love you?
different flavors.
I'm so surprised, like how much.
I know, some days I'll be all confident, I'm like, who doesn't love me? And then all
Yeah.
of a sudden I'll be like, well, that guy definitely doesn't love me. And then I go see them like bring this like other girl, like, you know, some other person who's like the opposite look of me, like a like slim blonde or something, up to the VIP room. I'm like, that's his type. Okay, no offense taken.
No, the thing is like each people has like their own cup of tea, I would say. Right, because not a lot of people like me too.
I'm a whole ass macchiato, a cappuccino.
Where we have colors, right?
Yes.
I have lots of colors. Like just my area color.
Right, like
Yeah.
a nice little coffee with
Yeah.
some cinnamon in there.
Yeah. Different colors for sure. But let me ask you something because I want to know the tea. So when you're dancing, what are the rules between girls in the
Like etiquette rules, like
Do you have
between our
rules?
relationships with
Yeah,
how we
like-
interact with each other. And
or
stuff.
even like clients, like for
Um,
private dances? Is there any?
I mean, honestly, like there's enough wealth to go around. So like if someone's coming from a scarcity mindset or a desperate type of mindset where they're like, oh, that's my person, that's my guy, that's my customer, don't talk to them.
Yeah.
It's kind of looked down upon in this industry because they're like, well,
Why?
you don't own this person. If they wanted to bring another girl for a dance,
Yes.
be happy for them, you know. Like that's
Yeah.
how I am anyway, because I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll get my money no matter what. So,
Mhm.
but also when you're like on, if there's a girl performing and you're selling dances on the floor and there's a girl on stage, you do not go up to her front row
Yes.
or else.
What's it called? Like I know
Yeah,
there's
the
a
front
name.
row. Perv row.
Perv row. Okay.
Erection
I love to be in perv row all the time.
The erection section. Yeah, no, you don't touch the front row unless you're gonna sit and like help like tip or
Yeah.
enjoy the show.
Yeah.
But you never go up to those customers and try to take them away from front row.
From front row, yeah.
That's definitely gonna cause some drama for sure.
Yeah. Have anybody done that?
I've actually, I've gotten pretty pissed off at some people for doing that, and then, but then I would talk to the dancer because I wouldn't go to the manager right away because like I just want to work it out with the dancer first. So I'd go to the dancer and be like, oh, I know that person, they're my friend, and like I'd kind of explain, and I'm
Give me
like,
one
okay,
second.
no problem.
Coco, sit. Stay. Your walking is not fun. Down.
Coco, your
Down.
the
Sit.
sound of your nails is not flattering.
I already cut her nails too. Like
Did you?
yeah. Like
You're so pretty. Just like I can do whatever I want.
no, you don't.
You
Come
should
on,
paint
okay.
them white.
Can you paint them?
Yeah.
Are you allowed to paint them?
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe I'll
Totally.
paint it the same as mine. Okay. Coco, sit. Stay. Sit. Stay. Good girl. We can't see you in the way. Okay, so continue.
Oh,
Sorry.
right. Okay, so yeah, like I've had to just talk to certain dancers and be like, what's up with that? And
Do you go up straight up?
Yeah. And one time I got so fucking pissed and I was like yelling because I don't know, maybe I had a weird week or something.
Yeah.
And I'm never like that at work. So
Maybe you had your period.
I think I did. Because I was so mad for no reason. I'm never like that. I'm always like super chill, stoner
Yeah.
girl, like whatever.
Yeah.
And then I like was bitching about it, slamming shit around, and then she walks in and hears me, and then we just kind of were like, and I was like, afterwards we ended up laughing and hugging naked.
I love that.
I love my job because I swear we just like be naked all the time around each other.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just it doesn't even matter. Just like a whole room full of naked women talking about whatever, just life. And it's like The Office, but like naked. Like, you know the show The Office, how they're all just talking, like just work stuff, and then but we're just naked, figuring out how to make our jobs better, or, you know, making friends, making fun of each other in a nice way. But yeah, so we'll just be talking shit about whatever, about each other, or about customers, like how to like dressing room, super naked, either fighting or loving each other, and it's awesome.
But then you haven't done like fist fight.
No, hell no.
Right?
Honestly, like nobody ever tried to fuck with me as a new dancer even. Maybe I just have that intimidating type of look, but I feel like a lot of new dancers are like, oh, so-and-so was rude to me. And I'm like, ain't nobody try to be rude to me when I first started. I'm like, you have to deal with that. You need tough
You
skin.
have to be like have a tough,
Well, you have to tell them or like show them like, I'm not going to take this shit, or talk to the manager. But I'm not a Karen, so I just go right up to the person, and if they give me problems, after I talk to them first, like I'll give them an opportunity to talk to me.
Yes.
Because I'm a very
themselves.
and I'm a nice person. So if anybody's like rude to me, I just know either they're having a fucked up day, and I'm gonna like, how can I help you? Like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Or
Because everybody goes through that. Right?
But I have nothing but love and light to shine on this industry, and because I know one day I'm not going to be able to do it anymore, and I'm going to wash my hands of it and be done. So all I want to do is just love people.
Yeah.
So if somebody has a problem with me,
I love that
that's not me.
Like,
it's not
it's
me.
amazing.
I'm literally nice to everybody on purpose, and sometimes like obviously everybody has people that they can't stand in the industry, but I always keep things professional.
Not just in the industry, baby.
In
also
life.
in life. In general itself, they're just.
But you have to be professional, and then obviously be firm with your boundaries and how you let people treat you. And then if you need more support from there, talk to the manager or talk to your friends or whatever. But I literally knew nobody when I first came out here. I was so intimidated and scared, but I did my thing and I shined my light. And look at me now.
She's one of the feature girls here, and she's really big here in Edmonton, and actually everywhere in Alberta. She travels a lot.
I feel like anywhere I go, I make a pretty good impact, and I just try to really just connect with people.
Cause you know what? It's your energy. It's your energy. Like the way she's on stage, the way she is, she'll be like, oh my god, like this girl just like shines with energy. Like her life is so beautiful. Her butt is so beautiful.
Like a moth to the light. Like it's fun to me. Honestly,
honestly, it's one thing that I noticed with you. Like you smile on stage.
I love that. I love connecting with people on stage and having that confidence and poise and attitude and bad bitch energy. And like,
but not like in a snobby way. And I love that.
And then going to meet people and they actually get to know me. They're like, wow, we thought that you'd be like this diva. No, I'm actually a really easy person to talk to. I could be intimidating, I know. I understand that because a lot of people have told me that. Yeah. But I'm like, no, just talk to me. Just open a conversation.
100%. Just get to know, get to know you. Because I get the same thing. Like when I go everywhere, they're like, you're so intimidating, and I'm like, honestly, like all you gotta do is talk to me. Like,
well, pretty girls are intimidating sometimes. Like pretty girls, especially strong, like looking girls, you know, same thing with, like, I was new when I met you to everybody. Yeah. Everybody I met there I never met before except for Harley. So I was like, okay, say hi, my name is Cassius. It's so intimidating because you're like, okay, who do I talk to? What's this person about? Wow, I wonder what her life is about.
Do you, in that, like, when you meet someone, like, let's say me, or let's be like honest here. When you met me, what did you think about me?
I thought you were so adorable and really nice and cute, but like if I were to just look at you and not hear you and not see the way you are with people, I'd be like, oh, I wonder if she's like nice. I wonder if she's a nice person. Because you're so beautiful, right? It's like captivating, and it's like you don't know. And then as
But
soon
at the
as you
same time, it's
speak,
like they said, like if I don't smile, I can
that
tend to look like very intimidating
Totally.
and snobby. But like
because
that's
that's like a
what-
strong gaze. And you're
yes.
like everything. Like I don't know. I feel like your gaze is super strong, like fierce, you know. And so
Yes.
you don't know until you smile. I'm actually a nice person.
But that's our energy is like, and that's why I tell a lot of my followers, it's just like when you see me and you know who I am, just come up to me, even though, you know, come and say hi. Don't, and because every time I get like, oh, I saw you somewhere, and they're like,
And they didn't
but
say hi.
they didn't say hi because they feel like I'm so intimidating. Like,
Or they don't, like famous people don't want to be bothered.
yes, like I'm like, no, like just come say hi. And I appreciate that one guy that came up to me when I went by the club, and he was like, I follow you on Instagram, not just guys and girls, like I follow you on Instagram. And I'll be like, and I just do not know how to say hi or hello, but by the way, like I really love all your photos, and I'm like, thank you so much for like coming up to me, because I do
We're
not.
people too.
Yes, and then I was like, I love meeting people.
Yeah, me
like
too.
I just, it's just like, but at the same time, I'm very careful at the same time.
You have
But I
to.
love meeting people, new energy, new environment, and like, you know,
it's
different.
appreciation because
Yeah.
we work so hard, so it's nice to hear that feedback from
100%.
a fan or a friend, like you're doing so well today, I'm so proud of you, or I've been watching you for 3 years and your come up, your glow up has been crazy, like
Crazy,
I'm so,
yeah.
and I'm like, wow, thank you. And I don't, like sometimes I'll meet people in the club and have such a great connection, but then a year will go by and I do not remember who they are, what their name is, I don't recognize them at all. And they're like, hey, how are you? And I'll be like, good, how are you? And I'll just be like, bring it in, like I don't even care who you are, just give me a
I
hug.
don't even know your name.
Like it's so bad. I'm just like, wait, what's your name again? But I will be honest, I'm like, I don't remember your name because I hate faking.
Oh,
like
yes,
I keep it real.
100%.
So I'm like, what's your name again?
One thing I do is like, I search, like, I was like, do I know this person?
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
in Instagram. Because sometimes I'm actually shy of asking, like, hey, I forgot your name.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, I don't know how to approach that. But
Just-
I would ask all my friends, I'm like, do you remember her? Like,
I used to be like that, but I'm like, you know what, straight to the point.
straight to the point.
Yeah, I'm like, what's her name again? And then they'll be like, even if they're offended, they don't understand the business then. And I have to
Yes.
tell them, like, I'm so sorry, I meet like thousands of people a week. Like
100%,
literally,
yeah.
I can't, I'm sorry.
When
And
you
then they're
go
like,
out
oh, it's okay,
sometimes.
and then they understand.
They have to understand because you're constantly, with the industry that you're working, it's different people in and out. It's not like there is regulars, but how many regulars that goes in there every single
Yeah.
time that you're there, right?
Yeah, for
There's
sure.
always new people that
Always.
comes up there, but like
Yeah.
that's crazy. Like
And that's also a good perspective to have too when you're like, if a certain customer that you get attached to, like making money from them and they decide to move on with how they spend their money on different people,
Yes.
or like if fans, you know, follow like other people, you can't attach yourself to, you can't like make it mean anything about you. There's always new people.
100%.
There's 7 to 8 billion people on Earth. So just like in the dating world, if someone doesn't treat you right, it's okay. There's always new people. Same thing in this industry with customers or with friends or whatever. There's always new people. Always grow your circle,
Yes.
and you can have
100%.
5 different circles. You know.
I think I have
I know I have like my friends who definitely don't judge me, and then I have my other friends who are like married and have kids, and I have to keep it PG around them.
Yes.
And I can't talk about a lot of things
Yeah,
in front
and-
of anybody.
yes.
So, and then of course my family circle, and yeah, and
There's
I
so
have to
many,
censor myself
yes.
around certain circles, but they're amazing for me in my life. And then with my other circles, obviously I can be myself and be.
Does all your circle know what you do?
Yes, every single circle I have knows what I do.
And how do they feel about it?
They're like my little cheerleaders. They're kind of like living vicariously through me. They're just like, so how are you? I'm like, I'm always good. And they're like, so where are you going this week? Like they think I'm like on tour still. I
Yeah.
kind of slowed down going on tour a little bit since I got the puppy. But I'm
She's
like,
a mom.
Yeah, I'm a.
Oh,
It's almost Mother's Day on
Oh,
Sunday.
We're a mom. We're puppy moms.
Yeah.
So that's our life now.
I love it. It's balanced. It keeps me grounded. I love
Yes.
it so much.
But like that keeps you kind of like staying on the city, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
you can't travel
It's stressful
with him
with
a lot.
puppies, yeah, because like most of the dancer accommodations outside of Edmonton or like any town, when you're traveling, you have to like find the hotel that's pet friendly.
Yes.
Or if the dancer house isn't pet friendly, it's like, oh, I have to spend an extra $500 just for like this week to stay at a hotel or
Hotels,
Airbnb.
yeah.
Oh, is it pet friendly? Everything has to be pet friendly.
Pet friendly, yeah.
Yeah, and then
So Bruno travels with you a lot.
yeah, he does. And I don't travel very often, but when I do, I have to bring my dog.
Oh yeah, because I saw it when you went to one of the city, you were looking for a puppy sitter.
Yeah, I tried. And
Yeah.
honestly, I'd be kind of sad without him because I'm
Yeah.
alone a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And being single as a dancer, you're like, you have the whole day pretty much free. So
Yeah.
all I have is my phone without my dog. And I'm like, it doesn't,
Yeah.
I need my puppy.
Yes. No, I mean, it keeps you like, they wake you up.
Yes.
They
Every morning.
like they get your attention and you don't feel alone. Like
No.
that's why I got Coco because I
Yeah.
was like,
Lots of love.
lots of love, and she needs like so much attention. Like
We need a lot of
same,
attention.
like
That's
she's
okay.
the same as me. Like give me your attention,
Mhm.
like give me hugs, and we like literally spoon each other when we sleep. Like it's not even me spooning her; she's
And
spooning.
it's like the body weight against your like back
Yeah.
or against your
I think it's
chest.
the
It's like,
heat,
oh, I
you
love
know what
that.
I mean?
Yeah, and like when they rest
Yeah.
a little head on your leg.
Legs, or you're like one time Coco was like sleeping on my like arms.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's so cute. Or on my chest while I'm watching a movie. Like it's crazy.
I
Like
love her.
she's so lovely. Like sometimes she just too much for me. Or
much
maybe I'm
for-
getting old. That I'm like I can't just run around that much.
Oh my
I'm like,
gosh.
oh, but
Keeps you
the good
going.
thing with her is like at least she's tired after 20-30 minutes. I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, good.
Right. Well, I think we need that as dancers. Like, we should be moving in the day anyway
Yeah.
to get us, like, warmed up for the night. So
Yeah.
for me, it's perfect. And, like, if you're doing anything that involves your body and, like, actually being in a good mood and talking
Mhm.
to people, I feel like right away in the morning, I talk to my dog. I'm like, hi, da-da-da-da, and
Yeah.
it warms up my vocal cords. He warms up my body. I get to go for a walk,
Yes.
fresh air. Without him, because I work at night and I have to yell sometimes, my voice is like, hey, good morning. So like with that,
So sexy.
there's none of that anymore because I'm talking to my dog
Yeah.
right away in the
Yeah.
morning in a high-pitched voice, so I feel
yeah.
like my vocal cords are warmed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so
That's
weird.
good.
All these different
That's the only
things.
one that warms up your vocal
For now. For now.
for now. Because we need to find her.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Trying to find her
About that.
another vocal cord warmer.
Oh my god. So far it's just milk and coffee or milk and talking to my dog. So
That's amazing.
yeah, I'm not in a rush for a vocal cord
Warmer?
throat warmer just yet, but soon, maybe.
But you've been in a relationship before, right? So
Yeah, hell yeah, I love love. Love is amazing.
I'm gonna ask, I asked Virginia this the other day, and then I asked her, I was like, what's your love language? Now I wanna know, what's your
Aw.
love language? Do you know?
I think all of them. Especially gifts. No, I'm just joking.
So,
but actually,
yeah.
though, like I love receiving gifts because I think about the person every time I have whatever. Like,
So
let's
it's
say
more
you
like
give
a
me this ring.
sentimental
Yes.
thing to it.
Yeah, and I'm not a
Okay.
materialistic girl, like super crazy, like gold digger, nothing like that.
Mhm.
But I'm like, I love little things like that. Like someone, like if somebody gave me this ring, I think about that person and how much I'm actually loved because they
And
went out of their
appreciated.
way to
Yes.
get me something like this. I'm like, that's so sweet. And I'm a gift giver too. I love giving gifts. So
Yeah.
they say your love language is also the way that you love.
Yes.
I also love words of affirmation. So like, if you tell me something, I take it literally. I take it internally, and I think that's why I love my industry so much is because people tell me, you're so this, you're that, whatever, but when someone tells me a different compliment, something that I don't hear very often, I'm like, oh, thank you. And I like internalize it and I take it with me forever.
That is so. Okay, so there's 5 love language, and every person who tells me their love language, it has a different meaning to it. Yeah.
Oh, they're different?
There's 5, but like there's, like you said, you're a gift. That's one of your love language, but none are so materialistic where, oh, I need Louis Vuitton, I need
not
this,
like
you
so
know what
much
I mean?
brand stuff, but like just
Not
even
so
little
much of
things.
that, but
I mean,
like,
that would be nice too. Hey, I might just get wet all over, like.
you know, but like for you, it's like the meaning of like the gifts, and that's your love language. And
yeah, when they give it to me, what they say also, it's like
Yeah.
a combination of words and the gift, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this is so sweet. Holy, like that's awesome.
And that's why you
awesome.
love your job,
Yeah.
because of the affirmation too. Like that's a lot.
Or like when my boss or like a manager or somebody comes up and sees like, good job this week. Or
Yeah.
whatever, and I'm like, hey, thank you. Like someone here is recognizing that, even though they may recognize it, but they just don't say anything.
Yeah.
I feel like it means more when they actually go out of their
Say
way
it.
to say something.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. I love that. I
Mhm.
love that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
In a relationship, do you have you gotten that into where you're getting your love language from that person?
I know that everybody has different ways that they love, so not really. Like there are different people who I've been with who like to love differently, obviously. So like, no, like one of my exes definitely loves touching, and I love
Physical touch.
Yes, and I love touching too, and I'm a very good lover, and I'm very good at massages, and I just love to be really intimate. And I was
We're gonna do this. I'm so excited to do this.
I'm gonna go.
So excited.
I was gonna go to school to be a masseuse because I love touch, but like that wasn't in my cards, and that's okay. So I was like, but I don't know. I love touching and all, but after work, and like not that people touch me at work in Alberta, you're not allowed to touch, but I don't have any energy to like be touched or touch anybody after work, so I just like go to bed, wake up, we'll see how I feel. But it's my week off this week.
Okay, so are you a morning person or a night?
No, not really, but I could be. I started to be a morning person during COVID. I got up at like 5 a.m. and I would work online.
But during sex, do you like morning or night?
Night, because my body's already warmed up, and then my hips aren't as sore, and my knees aren't as sore. You know, that shit takes work. And like I said, I'm a good lover. I put out. I work hard. So like in anything I do, I work hard.
That's awesome. I'm a night person too, but I love mornings too, and I love in the middle of the day.
It's a good way to start your day. It is. But after bring me coffee and tell me nice things, and then we're good.
Ready for you. Oh my god, that's so cool. Because I thought I'd be the only one who's like really. A lot of my girlfriends are morning, so they love to have it like to make love in the morning. But
I get so tired after I climax, so I'm just like, good night.
so every sex you had in general and with all your relationship, have you come every single time?
Definitely not. It's not fair.
So do you?
That's why I'm getting my kitty pierced tomorrow.
So do you fake it?
No, I just tell them like, oh, it was for you today. I never fake it.
That's so
I never fake it though, because I feel like that's
Give
so.
me a second. I need to pee so bad. Oh my god. This is why I love doing this.
I know.
I love it.
We get to know each other better. These are conversations that we wouldn't have like just hanging out.
No.
Unless you're
It could
literally
be,
curious about my life.
So what, Remy?
I never fake it. I just tell them like, okay, today was for you, and then I'll just
Like straight up.
yeah,
Like right after.
I'm like, I'm glad you got off. Now give me my vibrator.
And you do it yourself?
Yeah, that is when I don't come. When I do, I just feel like relaxed and very like high on love, and I just feel like going to sleep. It's like, good night.
So if you pass out after, that means it's good.
For sure.
Right? Because it's not like you hear this a lot, like with girls, like, oh, he like when they're having sex or whatnot, they're like, oh, this guy never let me sleep, and then when a guy make you sleep, apparently it's not good. But it's opposite.
Oh, during? No. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I'm saying after.
After,
Yeah,
right?
after.
Yeah.
But during, no, I mean, I've barely had, there's been a couple people where I'm like, you need to learn more experience. Like, especially like in high school, which I didn't know because we were in high school or like whatever,
When
college.
was your first time?
When I was like 15, turning 16. Yeah, that's pretty young. I don't know.
Wow, crazy.
Even all my guy friends who are like kind of whores, I was like, so when did you lose your virginity? And they're like 20. I'm like, what? That's so late. How did you do it? I was so horny as a teenager. So I had my first boyfriend since I was like, I don't know, in grade 9 or grade 8.
Yeah.
And like, but we were like on and off. And then we connected again like before grade 10, I think.
Yeah.
And that's, I was like, okay, let's do
So
this.
how did you know that you were, at that age, how did you know that you were horny or you're...
I just like making out so much. I'm French, I can't help it.
It's the French kiss. It's the French kiss. It's the French kiss for you.
Yeah, but it wasn't good back then.
No?
Like when I think about it now, I'm like, wow, so much drool. Not for me. Of course not.
Oh my god. So when you had your first one, and that's just how you know that you're horny.
I guess so. Or like I just miss them and want to be like held and touched and whatever. So
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, when are you free? Coming over, whatever. I'm coming over. And then we'd like get together or like go to a movie or something and we would just kiss so much. Like, ugh. Like, you know when you see teenagers holding each other at the bus stops and you're like, ugh.
Like the cringe, like the way the puppy love and the too much clingy moments.
Yeah,
and,
like so bad.
Oh my god.
But that was like with my first boyfriend, and I don't know, he was a sweetheart.
Yeah. So who did you lost it to?
Who?
I mean, not who, like your
How?
first boyfriend?
Yeah, like my very first when I was like 15, yeah. Yeah.
How did you lost it?
It was in his bedroom.
Ah,
And-
it's always gonna be in the bedroom.
And he
though.
like had a basement bedroom, so it was like no one could hear us or anything like that. And like he lit some candles and he put on a song like, what's that song? Sugar, sugar, how you get so fly.
Oh.
I still remember. Yeah, he was a little romantic.
She remembers the first time.
Yeah, I do. It was
That's
special.
awesome.
It was special. I'm lucky. I was lucky to have a good first
Yeah,
time.
because not a lot of people have those good ones. Good
Or like
experiences.
like I've heard some unfortunate stories about losing virginity.
Yeah, me too.
That's bad.
Yeah, and it's hard for some girls.
It is, and then it kind of
fucks
fucks with you, and you question your sexuality. You question like if you even like men or not after certain things, like, or if you respect men or not. That's what I meant to say. And I feel like I love men, even if somebody like did something bad to me like later on in life. I still love men. I still respect men and trust them. And
But the thing is, like, you can't base that all men are like that. You know what I mean? Because there's there's different men, and there's always gonna be good men. Like there's always gonna be a good man, and there's always gonna be a douchebag. So it depends like where you're at or what you're looking for or what you attract or what are you attracted to.
100%.
And honestly, there's red flags when it comes to those things. You'll see it in the beginning, as long as you don't block those red flags or deny those red flags.
That was me in high school and college, and then I went to like a women's like shelter or whatever like one time in my life. I'll just be super open, I don't care. And I learned about the different types of abuse, and like they had this thing called group therapy or whatever. And so they made like a whole list of different types of abuse: mental, emotional, physical, all the things. And I like remember checking off the things that have been done to me, even like since childhood, and then the things that I've done to others out of like anger or whatever, getting back at them or whatever. And I'm like, wow, this is crazy. I didn't know that there were so many types of abuse. And then of course, how old was I? I think I was like 18. And then of course after that
What's the reason for you
to go in there?
To go in there.
Well, I didn't want to go. Okay, so I moved out of my mom's house when I was like 13. Because,
wow, you're so young.
Yeah. Oh, well, my dad passed away when I was 12, brain cancer. And then I just became super rebellious and like didn't listen, whatever, you know.
It's the
13-year-olds without a dad, like.
Yeah.
So I didn't ever want to be home. I always was at my friend's house. My mom she had a little bit of a drinking problem, so I just always like escaped. I either worked. I found a job at 14, worked at Taco Bell. So I either worked my ass off, or was in school, or was at my friend's house, or my boyfriend's house.
So trying to keep yourself busy of doing everything.
Especially just not being home. So I moved back in, and then I moved back out, and that, you know how that goes. And then I like permanently moved out when I was 17. And I moved out with my boyfriend at the time, like right before I turned 18. My family was so mad at me because they're like, this isn't gonna work out, like you're too young. And of course it didn't work out. But yeah, like it was a crazy journey, but as soon as I knew about all those different types of abuse and like recognizing what was in my life personally and then what kind of things that could be red flags, I never put up with men's shit again. Like with any little tiny sign of abuse, I'd be like, this isn't the one, I'm done. And it's like you're just sifting out the bad people from your life. You know how you like take when you're baking, you have a sifter and you like take the powder and you sift all this shit out. That's exactly what I was doing in my dating life from a very young age. And then
so you recognize all the red flags already.
Oh yeah, and there's so many. And then of course, like you still like a person and you kind of let your guard down a little bit. You kind of accept certain things, and then you're like, no, I knew it. This was a bad idea. And then by the time I was 21, I met the man who changed my whole life, and we stayed together for 9 years.
Crazy.
And we're still really good friends to this day. But
that's really good.
But yeah, not like repeating the cycle of abuse and taking it is like a huge thing. But you have to be really strong in your boundaries.
100%. It's how you, because a lot of a relationship, more so if it's very toxic, they either deny the situation and that it's the right one, but keeping denying that it's a toxic, it's not good in the long run. Which is, I heard it so many times, not just one couple, but so many couples.
Oh yeah, and they stay together because they have like the same group of friends, or they look aesthetically perfect for that person, physically, or they're good in bed, or like whatever the reason, they get so attached to the person.
And invested.
Yes, definitely. And then, but the thing is, like, there's so many people out here. There is a perfect one for you, you know.
There is, and there's always someone that's gonna love you, even though it's just your friends, your family. Those are still love, and eventually you'll find the right person for you. It's more like be patient, and you know what? Sometimes it happens that you didn't even expect.
Totally.
Like
I didn't expect that. Like, you know, my ex at all. Yeah. And I was like in another relationship, and then it's so weird because we started personal training together, and he was just my personal trainer, and then we were kind of hitting on each other, but like, I wasn't taking it seriously because I flirt with everyone. Hello, I'm a Libra. So
she's like me.
Yeah, it's Libra gang.
The Libra gang.
And I love everyone. So I'm like, hey, haha, yeah. And then I've got like a comeback.
And Libras are very flirtatious, but not in a way like trying to seduce or anything. Just that it's our.
Depending on who you are. If we like you, hey.
Yeah.
But no, we were driving in his truck, and I literally saw the guy that was supposed to be my boyfriend at the time walking across the street with another girl holding her hand. After I found out that he had made out with some other girl at the bar, like, and so we were going through a period of time where we took a break, and he didn't talk to me for like a month or something.
Crazy.
And then I was training with this new personal trainer, and I was telling him, oh, I'm gonna do this fitness show. This was like back in 2012.
I saw that. Oh my god.
10 years ago. And then my ex was like, trainer at the time, he's like, yeah, you deserve better than that. And we both look, and he's like holding hands with some girl.
Did you try denying it when you confronted him?
No, I think he just realized, like, he just broke up with me over the phone.
Okay.
Over the phone, I know. But I was like, hey, good, I'm free, like, thank you.
I want to know what would be the reason why a person would break up through the phone.
Because they're pussies. But at least you can hear the tone of voice. It's better than a text, but that is not the right way to do it.
That's
You
the
need to,
right way.
you need to feel each other's energy, and
Yeah.
like, if, you know, even if you cry, like, be there for that person, and
Yeah.
like, part ways and don't.
And be civil, be nice to each
Yeah.
other. Because at the same time, you don't want to like live your life knowing that you have a grudge from somebody or you hate someone without any good closure. I feel like you need to have a good closure.
That destroys people, I'll tell you.
Yes.
Like, I was seeing someone recently, and then, you know, he just didn't talk to me for like a whole week or whatever, and I was like, okay, and of course, I like this person so much, but I was trying not to internalize it. I was trying to just keep doing what I do and staying focused on my life, because I'm not ready for love anyway, so I was like, okay, that's fine. And then he ended up telling me like, oh, I'm seeing someone else on a more serious note, and I was like, okay, wow, ouch. And you could have told me like that you were seeing other people, or like
All
just
at the
communicate
same time,
with me.
yes.
I'm your friend first. That's my
Yeah,
rule. I'm a
yeah.
friend first.
Yeah.
I will stand at your wedding because
Yeah.
you're honest with me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Emotions aside, I am always someone's friend first.
Yeah.
So anyway, time passes like 4 or 5 months, and then he recently called me. He's like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, holy fuck, you have no idea what that means to me, because
Yeah,
I was gonna text him like I forgive you type of thing, but I didn't want to give him any attention. When someone treats me like bad, I just I'm good. I'm a stranger. Like, bye.
We're so just.
But I didn't block him or anything off of
I was
anything.
talking to Virginia. There's part of Virginia that I kind of get where she is, and I'm like, oh my god, we think the same. But now I realize most of my girlfriends, we are like connected to each other in a way where I was like, because I am the same as you.
Yeah.
Like, very like.
Well, you're strong with your boundaries.
Yes,
and
I
just
am.
take that
As
shit,
you
or just
grow.
give it some time, and then we can talk about things, and then maybe be friends after.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you could treat me like that, especially like in a way where I didn't deserve, or you could have just been honest with me, or like at least told me to my face, I would have been like, oh, okay, that's cool. Like, you know, ow, I like you and all that, but it's okay. I'm not ready for love anyway. I get it, and I told him that in the text. I was like, I love love. I'm cheering for you.
Yeah.
But you didn't have to do it on this day, especially. It was like a holiday. It was just really emotional, and it sucked.
It's like a wrong time.
Yeah, it
wrong.
sucked.
Oh, it will. The thing is, even though you have a relationship with someone, either a week, a month, or however long, when breakups happen, it's going to hurt you. Like, it's just, it's a.
Especially when I really like the person, and you feel so much like that first impression, that like tingly feeling that you get when you're around somebody.
Yeah.
And then all of it, like the higher you fly, the harder the fall, right?
100%,
so when I really like someone, I really fucking like them. And then
And Libras are always so invested. Like,
yes, and it's so, I'm like, oh, I'm not ready for love, but then I'm giving so much, because like that, I give everything to everything that I'm a part of. I put my heart into everything.
And not just in a relationship, but we do it with our friends, our families.
Work,
and once
everything.
we're getting screwed, it hurts. Because like,
So be emotionally intelligent, people.
yeah, it's like, and don't. And that's why for me, I think it's like, that's why I'm like so careful with giving so much with a person, unless like I've hanged out with them so many times, or I've talked to them so many times, because it's just like, at the end of the day, you don't know the person, right? So
that was a huge lesson. And we were talking for a few months before that, but it wasn't enough time where we actually hung out one-on-one. It was mostly like texting and flirting more. So I'm just like, okay, I'll just move on and find better, or just find better for myself. That's okay. Yeah. But now that I'm, of course, like above the situation, I'm like, and over it, I'm like, oh, okay, I can say that with a light heart now. And this person randomly FaceTimed me and apologized at 5 in the morning on a Saturday night. And I was like, thank you for saying you're sorry. Like, you have no idea what this means to me. And now we're friends.
5 in the morning?
I don't know, probably drinking or something. But like, I was like, "Are you drunk?" Because I don't like talking to people when they're drunk. Because they're not gonna remember the next day what the fuck they say. I hate it. So it meant a lot for me to hear the apology, but the whole situation shouldn't have happened. You know?
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It shouldn't be.
Like, it's okay. I've had like the best love that I could ever have up to this point in my life, and I've had like people treat me like shit also.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I just stay strong with myself and work on my healing journey, which never stops, which by the way I got certified in many different healing modalities over the summer.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I use those healing modalities on myself,
Mm-hmm.
like tapping and meditating, like hypnosis, all those things. Whenever something crazy emotional happens to me,
Yeah.
I just go back to my self-healing,
Yeah.
and then I go back and I focus and kind of just recalibrate my energy and
That's awesome.
keep it moving.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you because there's not a lot of people can do that, either men or women.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
they don't look for solutions of what they can improve to themselves to make themselves happy.
Yeah.
Because the only person that can make you happy is yourself. Like
Yes.
I'm like a big believer of that, because we make our own choices in life,
Mhm.
and being happy is what you choose. Like if you're gonna keep having a bad energy, you're never gonna be happy, or letting a bad energy come into your life, it's just not fun.
No, and
So
use your sixth sense or your gut or your heart. Like let your body, let your intuition tell you what's up. Like you're smart, you're experienced. Like you have had bad things and good things happen, and don't like get blind to the situations
Yes.
and relationships.
don't deny
Situationships.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
Don't deny what's bugging you, because
Mhm.
or ignore. Don't
Yeah.
ignore the things that are bugging you.
Just be straight up too.
Just-
Like
just be
if
straight
it's not what you want, just tell this person like this isn't what I want, but I respect you, so I'm gonna be honest, and I hope we can be friends, and I'm sorry if I hurt you, but this isn't what I want, and I have to respect myself and love myself
Yeah.
first. So
Have you done that?
yes.
I've done
It's
it.
hard for me to do that too, because I'll
Me
just
too.
say nothing and just keep talking to them,
Yeah.
but like I'll pull back.
Mhm.
And then I think with time they just figure like, oh, she's not interested in me anymore. But I
Yeah.
stopped doing that because I feel like that's also a form of not abuse, but it's like kind of ghosting or
Mhm.
neglecting, I guess.
Mhm.
Especially when they're looking forward to like at least being your friend.
Yes.
I feel like you should always be honest with people, and I've told many friends like, I'm not ready for you. This isn't what I want. No, I'm not saying it to them like you're not what I want.
Yeah.
It's just like in a nice way of saying like I just
Move
need to pull
forward,
back
yeah.
and like work on myself right now, and
Yeah.
it's like kind of a nice
So
way.
do you blame yourself for that?
No, I'm only human.
Yeah.
We have needs and wants
Yeah,
and desires,
100%.
and if they're not the one, then I can't.
Yeah.
Like I have to, like I have like a certain standard in my life, which I never admit to any person who I'm dating, because I just want them to be themselves.
Yeah.
I don't want them to be like acting and then
Weird,
waste my
yeah.
time. Even if
Yeah.
you spend like a week with me, that's still my time, which is actually worth way more than money.
Yes. No,
So-
it's time is very important, because
Mhm.
one of my love language is quality time.
Mhm.
So for me, time is very important. I'm a one-on-one person, but I can also be in a group. But having the one-on-one, like I'm not a type of friends that will text you every day. That's not who
You're
I
like a low
am.
maintenance good friend.
I'm just like, when you need me, I'm here.
Mhm.
You're welcome at my house.
Totally.
And all my friends knows that
Mhm.
you can come over anytime you want.
Totally.
And I'll be here. I'm willing. I'm ready whenever you hang out.
Mhm.
So
I love that. And to be
yeah.
honest, it was almost unreal to walk into that dinner party and
Yeah.
meet a bunch of people who are literally like my bestest of friends here.
Yeah.
Because I'm not used to that, where like you walk into a room full of people that you don't know, and they have just so much acceptance and love.
Yes.
And of course they, like you guys, like you know how all of you girls like know how to choose your friends wisely, and like
Yes.
no one at that place you would ever doubt, right? Like where we
Yes.
first met.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, this is like so good. Like I feel so much acceptance and love and warmth from this whole group,
Yes.
which is like very rare.
Oh, that
So-
is yes.
I'm just
Because
so
I'm.
your friend.
Yeah.
I love
But
you.
the thing is, like for me, I'm very observant. That's why I think a lot of people think I'm kind of snob, because before I say something or talk,
Mhm.
I observe a lot. Like I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, like am I gonna get along with this person? I'm never the one who like talk first.
Mhm.
I listen to the person first of
Mhm.
what their life and what they're going through and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So that's why when I meet someone, I'm always like, hey, like let me listen to your story first before
Yeah.
I tell my story.
Yeah, totally.
It's like, because I think I've experienced too many like I've given too much of love and invested to so much people that have break my heart so much. And I'm like, and I spent time with them. I'm like, I feel like I was like investing so much, and I'm willing to help and everything, but like
always
all of a sudden,
that was me in my, like, I'll be honest, I'm 30 now, and like during my whole 20s I was like that, and it's not really fun when you're not getting it back. It's very exhausting, and you're like spreading yourself too thin between working, you know, dating, and then like also friends who just take. It's kind of nice when you can receive too.
Yes, 100%. Like, because there's two paths. Either you ride together or you ride separately. And if you can't ride with me, then there's no point of going to the same destination but not riding together. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, are you like an all or nothing person?
I'm all or nothing.
Okay,
I'm very
so
invested. Like, I'm so invested.
Do you know what that's called? Okay, I was talking to a psychologist at work. He's like this guy that I met at work, like a customer. He was drinking. We were just having a great convo. All or nothing person?
Yeah.
Okay, so am I. But I was talking to a psychologist, this customer I met at work. He was drinking, and we were just having a great conversation. And he was saying that if you're an all or nothing person, like a black and white only, there's no like flexibility or adapting or gray area. He's like, that's called a cognitive dysfunction.
What does that mean?
I was like, what? He's like, where you leave no room for like in between. Yeah. And I was like, oh. And I was like, maybe I have a cognitive dysfunction then, and I'm okay with that because I'm an all or nothing person since the beginning. Like, if I have someone that I'm dating who treats me with love and respect, loves me the way I want to be loved, and is everything that I want and need, I literally, like, if they were like, I want you to stop dancing, I'd be like, okay, like I'd make a plan. I'd be like, okay, we're doing this because I'm all in. And it's like crazy, like, which by the way, people have asked me that, would you stop dancing if you were dating, if you had the opportunity to be a trophy wife? And I'm telling you, like, I've always taken care of myself. I've never asked to be taken care of in that way. I just asked to be treated very well. So the guys who do come into my life who love to spoil me or whatever, I love to be treated very well. No one's asked me to be taken to take care of me yet or anything like that. I'm not dating anyone on that level yet. So, but if the chance came, why not? But it's like, I'm an all or nothing person.
See, for me, I am all or nothing, and when it comes to love. So, but I can also compromise at the same time. There's compromisation. I am that, but when it comes to giving myself or investing myself to someone, just through friends or through relationship or to my family, I'm all or nothing.
You're like myself, you're a very hard worker. I feel like anything you do, your work ethic, you put, like if you literally had a family, you would put all of your work ethic into that, or whatever you're doing, whatever you touch is like exceptional, and it's awesome.
And that's how we can adapt to their situation, and but we don't do like, oh, maybe we will do this. Like, there's, what I'm saying is like, I'm all or nothing in a way where like I can love you as much as I can, but just don't fuck me over. Because it's something that I will.
There's no maybe.
I will ride with you all the way, but don't
tip the scale.
Don't tip. I like to have balance too, right? So it's not like I can't do this because I'm all or nothing, but it's more so like I can give you as much love as I can. I can support you as much as I can, but there's no games.
There's no maybes, no games. It's like yes or no.
Yes or no.
Be in or out. Do or don't.
And just be straight up with me. If you don't like what I'm doing, then okay, let's find something else that we can compromise, and then let's do it together. Right. 100%. So I'm definitely I guess it's not a bad thing.
No, it's not.
It's something that I think I've learned through my life experiences, because when I used to be just like, oh, okay, like letting go things and then just like doing other things that I'm not comfortable with, or they changes their mind in like, oh, now I'm not happy with this. One's like, okay, so, and not telling me why, and not being straight up with me why you're not happy. I can't help you, but it makes me like, okay, like, we
Makes
just
it hard for us to like take anyone like that seriously.
Yes, because
and then
it's
we're
like,
okay, not the one.
not the right person. Because if you can't tell me what you want and what's wrong, and I can't ride with you because I don't know where I'm going.
Yeah, and being a strong woman, I feel like the whole flippy floppy roller coaster is like not cool. Like we like balance.
Balance,
We take care of
yes.
ourselves with our fitness, our
Yes,
work, everything.
exactly.
Like, so that is very
Yeah.
important for our mental health. And
Oh, 100%.
if something's gonna take me off track from that, it's not for me.
100%. Yeah. So that's I'm so like that. Oh my god. I'm just now talking to all my girlfriends. I feel like I've known myself.
Yeah.
So I'm like a ride or die person. So but yeah, so I've lost a few friends and then I'm okay with that. I'm okay. I respect their decision for that. Like I don't have anything against for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when I was a stripper in Windsor, I did lose a friend temporarily. She did apologize, but I did not take her back. Like, I was like, okay, yeah, you're just gonna know of me from now on, but you're
Yeah.
definitely not gonna know me, because that's
There's things that you have to let go.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Once I'm
things that-
hurt, like once before I used to give people chances. No, once somebody hurts me once or lets me know their truth about me, I'm like, okay, I'll see you. You'll see me when I'm famous from the newspaper, from social media or something.
100%.
You'll know
yeah.
of me, but you definitely
Yeah.
won't know me, and you're not in my circle anymore.
Right, yes.
You do not make the cut.
Because if they don't accept you for who you are and they can't take it of who you are, they're not your
Or the
good
worst, when
friends.
they're like at first they're like your biggest fan, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, you're too, or your job's too much, or
Yeah.
whatever, and you
Yeah.
have to like act like you have to
Yeah.
censor yourself. It's like, okay,
It's like
have a nice life.
yes,
Like I
But
said, there's
it's
8
not.
billion people on Earth
Yes.
almost, so get new friends.
100%. And at the end of the day, you'll always have friends that are gonna be supportive of you of what you're doing.
Mhm.
Like I have small group of friends, like close group of friends of mine that they're not against of what I'm doing, but they don't approve of what I'm doing, but they're not against of what I'm doing. Because one thing they always tell me is like, babe, if you're happy, fucking get the bag. Like, you know, we're here for you. It's like, do you want some content? You should do this. You should do that. Like, and I have friends who are our group of friends that are like, hey, should we do this? Should we do that? Like, there's always gonna be a support towards of what you're doing, and there's always gonna be someone who's willing to help you go to the top.
Yes.
And go and beyond for you. And that's one thing I realized in this industry. It's like, honestly, I've met an amazing people from fitness and even in this industry that accept me of who I am. And never
100%.
judges me of who I am. And that's all I need. That's all I need. So once a person comes into my life and judges me for who I am, I do not need that person, and I try to let go of that person in a good way, not in a
Of
bad
course,
way.
yeah.
And just like I respect their decision.
Right, like I never burn bridges, but
No.
I will definitely just make peace and
Peace,
move on
yeah.
peacefully and for
100%.
my own inner peace. And then
And it's also for them too. Like
Yes.
at least they don't have to deal, or they don't have to be felt like they have to accept of who you are, right? Because they don't have to.
no.
They, as long as you respect them and they respect you, and there's no negativity with it, and let go of everything, that's all good. Like that's fine. But once you start crashing someone's life, it's a no-no for me. Like I'm not in that
Or if
way.
I see someone and they're like, oh, I don't have any friends, I'm like, okay, what happened? And so I like dig deeper, and then
Yeah.
so if you are in any industry, and there's always love, if you don't drive those people away, you have to
yes.
be like peaceful within yourself, or else you're not going to keep good friends.
100%, yes.
Yeah, I've never had a problem with that. I've been very fortunate to have like bestest of friends since childhood. Like I have the same best friends. But they all moved, and I had like no one here,
Yeah.
and then I had like that one best friend, and like, and now like her circle has trickled into my life, and it's
Yes.
just, we're all like helping each other,
Helping each
and
other, yes.
and now I have like a few best friends here, so I just love it.
So since you were dancing, is that why you got your babies?
No.
So when did you get it done?
I did 3 fitness shows in my early 20s, and I was told on my 3rd show as provincial level, they're like, well, you should probably get boobs. And like, I knew it was coming, but the judge was honest, and was like, yeah, that's like a thing, because like I was just muscle and nippled, and my nipples are not smaller.
Oh my god, you know why I got mine done too? It's because of that, because I lost like probably like 20 pounds. And the first thing that was gone was my boobs. Is like, I was like, bam.
What did you have before, like natural with no fitness shows?
With no fitness, I was D.
Handful?
I was handful. I was D. I was 32D, but I was big everywhere too.
Totally.
So that's why I got boob. And then well, that's when I had boobs. And then when I started fitness, I lost everything, everything. And at that time I called my boobs sunny side up. Sunny side up and with one raisin on the top.
Oh my god.
That's how small it is. And it's like, you know when you like get a rice, like it's like, that's like the hand. That's the hand.
I didn't even have a handful. Like I had anthills. Like not even. It was and a big old booty. Like I still have my booty.
I lost my booty too.
I still have my booty. And I was like a round muscle now.
Yeah.
When I was fitness, doing my fitness shows.
Yeah.
But no, I got these done in 2013 or 2014. Yeah,
Are you
2014.
going to ever go bigger?
Yeah, I kind of was looking into getting them redone again.
What size did you get them done?
Probably the same, or maybe a little bigger.
Yeah.
I feel like I could handle it because my skin's like.
I think you can
stretched
handle
out.
like my size.
Yeah, because like my butt's big,
Yeah,
so why not?
Be in proportion, why not? Right? Oh, yesterday I was at the gym and then all of a sudden, in some weird reason, I was just feeling my boobs. I was doing squats and I'm like,
fun bags.
like I made the sound to I'm like, oh. Like
Oh my gosh, that's funny. At the
in the
gym.
middle of the gym, I was like, oh my god.
I mean, you're sexy. People are probably looking at you anyway. May as well add some drama to it.
100%. But that's how you know you love yourself. So.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I'm so happy. When I got these, I felt like I had the upper hand in the conversation. I had all this confidence.
It does give confidence.
And then I
100%.
became a dancer after
you guys.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I was,
it's almost 10 years then.
well, I
for
did
this
it
one.
like for a little bit at first in my city, and then I quit, and then I worked as an assistant manager in a women's gym, and then I got them done at that point in my life. And then I became a dancer out here in Alberta, and I was like, oh, I'm glad I have my boobs. Yeah, they're amazing.
They're very confident. How do you say?
Yeah, like you have like this.
Your
upper
confidence
hand.
goes high.
Yes.
That's one thing. It's more because I feel like more feminine. I feel more feminine, and I loved it.
Yeah, I
right?
have
So-
like a really hourglass shape. Like my back muscles are bigger, and like my butt and my hips are big. So I feel like because of these, now I look like Wonder
proportion,
Woman.
yeah.
Like a superhero.
Like that nice curve, right?
Yeah.
It's nicer, and it's nice to play with them.
Yeah, because that was the thing. Like I had a curvy body before. Like every woman's body is beautiful.
Yes.
But for myself, I always wanted. I preyed upon a star in grade 4 for boobs because all the other girls in my
Grade 4?
class, well, all the other girls in my class had boobs and I didn't. So I was
Grade
like, please.
4? I had nothing.
I was like, I just want boobs. And then the next day, they started growing a little bit. But no, and then I don't know how many years later I got my tits done, so that was great.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I love them. I love mine. And I love
Yours are
touching
amazing.
them.
Oh my gosh.
I love how my girlfriend touches them, and it's just like, and I love to like just like touch myself.
They look so good and everything.
Right? It feels good, and it feels. I feel
Are
more
yours
feminine. Mine is triple.
Triple
because I'm 30. I have a small rib cage, so mine is 30 here. But
I'm trying to figure out which size I want to get next. But I want them to be like really like natural looking too, like kind of lower a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I feel like no one knows that mine are fake. Like they're like yours are fake all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like,
But you had it that long ago, right? So they have
they're
gone
settled.
settled perfectly,
Yeah.
right? So now they look more natural. but I never liked the natural look. I always liked like the fake.
Go big or go home.
Yes, but this is my second surgery, so I'm okay with that. I think I'm the third one, but I'm just kidding.
So nice.
Yeah, so I feel like more feminine, and I love them, right? So it's like
My eyes go straight to your tits every time.
it used to be all also guys and girls. Every time you talk to me, it's like, and every single time wherever I go, can I touch your tits?
Everyone, same with my booty. I'm like, okay.
Yes. Everybody would love. She got like a rice now booty, so it's like really.
I'm like, put $100 in your hand and you can touch it to the boys.
Yeah.
But to the girls, I let them kind of get away with it a little bit more.
Once in a while. Only close friends, then we get to touch it.
Yeah.
I get to oil it.
Coming soon.
Yes. But anyways, we have run out of time, but obviously it's gonna come to the next episode. We're gonna have our part 2, and I can't wait for that. And
Second the best.
yes, and thank you for being here today with me, and I had so much fun, and I love doing this with all my girlfriends, and I can't wait for the next one is coming. But I have so many girls that are gonna be having a tea time with me, and one of these days I'll have them all, and hopefully it's gonna be
That'll be fun.
Yes, talking about everything. So thank you guys for watching today.
Thank you for inviting me.
And thanks for coming.
Yeah.
And make sure you follow Cassius of all her platform. I'm gonna try to attach it to the link and bio. The link is on our bio.
Yeah.
But she has
Instagram, Twitter, OnlyFans.
3 platforms, and make sure you follow and subscribe and like. And if you have any more question about her, please comment below, and we would love to answer them for you. Bye.
Thank
Have
you.
a great day.